Hey there, welcome to the aquarium. While you're waiting in line, I figured I'd give you a coupon for $20 off, all right? You know what, better yet, here, just take the $20, here's some cash, enjoy, all right?
If you thought that encounter didn't make a lot of sense, well, you're not alone. There's one common form of advertising that's just like handing out wads of cash to people who are about to buy. We're here in Baltimore's Inner Harbor in part 2 of our 4-part series asking, does advertising really work? Today I want to share another brain-boggling advertising conundrum that makes us want to ask, does advertising really work? Now in 2020, advertisers spent $121 billion on internet ads, and by 2024, that number is expected to grow by 27%. In fact, advertising is how Google and Facebook became two of the most valuable companies on the planet. If you look closely, 80% of Google's revenue comes from advertising, and for Facebook, that number skyrockets to 98%. Just ask our friend Mark Zuckerberg.
How do you sustain a business model in which users don't pay for your service?
Senator, we run ads.
If companies are spending so much on digital advertising, it must be working, right? Right? To find out, a team working with eBay decided to look a little closer, and they convinced eBay executives to turn off all keyword advertising to see what impact it would have on sales. Wait, let's back up just a little bit. You see, often when people have a moment of inspiration, they start their buyer's journey with a keyword search. People might search for a branded keyword like Nike or eBay, or they might look for a non-branded keyword like stereo or shoes. Then a complex algorithm determines which ads you're going to see on your results page. Recently, I searched for Amazon camera tripod and my results page looked like this. At the very top of the page was an ad for, you guessed it, Amazon camera tripod. So I clicked on the first result I saw and went to Amazon and purchased my camera tripod. But check this out, if I had scrolled just a little bit farther down the page past all those ads, I would have seen a result, an organic search result for the exact same page, showing, you guessed it, Amazon camera tripods. This happens all the time. Search for Nike sneakers and you'll first get a paid ad for Nike before the exact same organic search results. Or search for HP printers and you'll get a paid HP ad. Companies are paying for ads that appear right above the organic search results, which are free. So back to the experiment. This team of eBay researchers turned off all branded and non-branded keyword advertisements, so an ad for eBay would just no longer show up if you searched for anything. Yeah, and guess what they found? The impact of turning off their ads was pretty much zero. Seriously? Zero? You see, eBay expected like a drop in sales of about 5%, but it turns out their drop in sales was actually 0.5%, which statistically is pretty much zero. Let's put that in terms of money. You see, eBay thought that they were earning $1.50 back for every dollar they spent on advertising. In fact, they were losing 60 cents. Simply put, these paid advertisements were like paying someone to buy from the company even though they were already going to buy from the company. It's like giving the person a coupon even though they were already in line to buy a ticket. You're just wasting advertising money. Not surprisingly, the eBay folks were pretty upset when they saw the results, and they cut their advertising budget by $100 million a year. This just goes to show that not all advertising works the way we want it to. But the story doesn't end there. Years later, Yelp did a similar study looking at how Yelp ads help 18,000 small restaurants, locally owned restaurants, increase profits. And their results, well, it's just another piece in the confusing advertising puzzle. We'll get to that later. First, we're going to talk about one form of advertising that takes way more credit than it deserves. And we'll continue our journey up the East Coast to the beautiful city of Boston, Massachusetts. For now, I'm going to check out some of the amazing sights here in Baltimore, maybe the National Aquarium behind me when it opens at 9 o'clock. So in the meantime, have a great day, and I'll see you next week in my loyalty booth.